Hi, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Victor Koosh. I'm CEO of Caesar Systems.
Okay, can you tell me about Caesar Systems' business model? Do you just sell software or do you offer also advisory services?
Caesar Systems is a complete solution provider. We focus on both providing a software platform as well as providing all of the services to enable knowledge transfer for our clients.
You say that Caesar Systems has an integrative approach to EMP knowledge. Integrity, what is the difference between PetroVR and other product suites that claim to be integrated?
Many people think about integration as the compilation of parts. And what we see is that it's insufficient to compile all the parts. It's also important to really focus on the relationships between the parts. And so our focus is on those relationships and describing how all the different pieces are interconnected, and as a result, what happens because of those interconnections. What insights can we gain from the dependencies embedded in our knowledge models of the industry?
You emphasize the value of knowledge creation and often describe PetroVR as an insight generator. Does it imply a special user profile?
It means that the people working with the software need to be systems thinkers. They need to understand that the world operates as a set of systems and subsystems, and that those systems are related to each other in numerous ways. And so people who have that understanding are able to think about problems, think about the solution space in a way that others aren't.
Is that PetroVR propose a different way of working for the users?
It's a different way only in that instead of thinking about your own part, you have to consider how you influence what others do and how their work influences your work. And so it converts into a work style that is integrative and focuses on the interdependencies between all of the actors, all of the systems involved.
I have a book you lent me called Give Me the Number that makes the case for acknowledging and dealing with uncertainty. Do you think that the tendency to neglect uncertainty is still an issue in the oil industry?
It's still very common for us to neglect uncertainty, because uncertainty and thinking about uncertainty is hard. It's a challenge to think about how different uncertainties impact our world and what will change as a result of those uncertainties. And so we haven't yet incorporated uncertainty into the way that we work, into the way that we think. So any tools, systems, work processes that help us to incorporate uncertainty are going to enable us to better face all the challenges we have in the future.
How does PetroVR deal with uncertainty and risk?
PetroVR incorporates the uncertainty of all of the variables and parameters and knowledge models that the industry has in terms of interactions. And by using that characterization, we're able to begin to understand how the uncertainties play with each other, and as a result, what insights can be gained for the decisions that we wish to make.
Can you tell me about the people at your company? What is the focus of the team, the spirit?
Our focus is to help the industry to progress into and face all the challenges of complexity that the industry continues to face. And the spirit of the team is that of wishing to make it better, to improve our overall environment, to improve our work styles, to improve the communication between all of the people. And through the collaboration and positive experience, we can really make a difference for the environment.
Something about unconventional projects. Do you think that people working on unconventional oil and gas projects have the same needs in terms of software and knowledge integration? Does Sensor Systems have something to offer to them?
Unconventional projects present additional challenges in terms of complexity and scale. As a result, the uncertainties have greater impacts, and also the uncertainty
Repeat the last.
Right. Unconventional projects have the challenge of additional complexity and scale, and the source of the uncertainty is different than conventional projects. In conventional projects, the source of the uncertainty and the risk is the exploration phase, whether or not hydrocarbons exist, and then the additional uncertainties are the rates in which we're going to be able to produce and so forth. In unconventional projects, the risk of the presence of hydrocarbons does not exist. And so we have to focus on the uncertainties that are downstream of that risk. PetroVR really enables us to think about the entire system and deal with the complexity in much simpler ways in order to gain better understanding, gain more clarity, and as a result, create a more predictable system in which we operate.
Okay. Our last question about the software updates. I see that each new version has a lot of new features. Do you consider the software mature? Or this adding new features is a sign of not mature yet software?
The software is very mature, and we have a very stable platform. At the same time, the industry is changing, and the needs of the industry continue to evolve. As a result, the software and our services have to evolve to the needs of our clients. Adding new features is a result of meeting those needs and the challenges that the real world faces.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.